Hello, I'm Bishop Michael McGovern of the Diocese of Belleville in Southern Illinois, here with you today from Carbondale, where we're offering a series of talks about hope and what gives a person hope as we approach the Advent season, the Christmas season, and the New Year. I'm here today with Jenette Vogt, who's a campus minister at the Newman Center at the University of Southern Illinois, Carbondale, and she's with us today to talk a little bit from her perspective about hope in her life and in her faith. So Jenette, wonderful to be with you today. And I know a little bit about you in terms of your own background with the Appalachia Project, and you also work with Christ in the City.
Right.
So those are two wonderful experiences, and now working at the Newman Center. But I was thinking, as a young Catholic woman, as a young adult in the church, what are some things that have come to you into heart and mind when you think about hope in your life?
I think probably the biggest thing that has given me hope in the last couple years is my work with the poor, especially the homeless. Seeing the joy and the love and everything they can give. Materially, they don't have really anything. But to sit with the poor and talk to the poor and just to receive love, I guess that's what it's all about. That's what life is all about, is just loving each other, loving the person right in front of you. And to experience that for 3.5 years of my life, it just gives me a lot of hope that there are people materially with nothing who can give so much. For me, I have pretty much anything I could ever need materially. So I feel like I should be able to give so much more. Just that love gives me hope that there's good in the world, and that people who are isolated from society still have love in their hearts, and they still know Christ, and they still want to share that love and to spread that love. And then here on a college campus, being with young people who are so ready to learn, and they want to know truth, and they're ready to receive. I feel like I'm in this great opportunity to take all of this love I've received from the poor and from family and friends and everyone I've met over the last 27 years of my life, and to invest and to pour into these students. To teach them and to love them and to share with them everything I've ever learned. So then they will be able to leave here, hopefully, and go home, and to then spread that wherever they end up.
It's a wonderful thing when we can be surprised sometimes by the goodness of people who we might think their lives are difficult. They don't have much materially. We think, if I was in their shoes, I would be an angry person or a bitter person. But yet when you meet people who don't have much in terms of material goods, but they are very generous, they're very warm, they're very caring, and have simple faith and a deep love for the Lord, those are great gifts. And sometimes I think we can be surprised by that depth of faith and charity and kindness. But I would say, especially as we think about Christmas and the Lord Jesus himself being born in poverty, of all the ways God could do this, this is the way God chose to do this, is to be born of Mary into this very humble family. And his way of being God teaches us something about what it means to be a human being. So that's very, very important. But when you think of hope then, going into the new year, just a thought about what might be signs of hope then as we go into a new year of life and in our families and our society. Just anything else about hope you think in terms of as we go into the future?
I think it's little things that just remind me it's going to be okay. Last weekend I was back home and went to Mass with my parents, and there was this family in the front row of church, and there were 4 little kids and 2 parents, and I went to high school with this girl, and I know how strong her and her husband's faith, how strong it is, and just watching them pour into their kids and to sit in the front row of Mass. And their little boy was so reverent, holding his hands and paying attention, and he's probably 3 years old. But just watching them during Mass, it's like, okay, everything is going to be okay. It's, for the most part, we can do things, but it's very much out of our control. God has a plan. He's not going to abandon us. And yeah, things will work out if we just keep saying yes to his call in whatever way that looks like for each of us.
Right, and it will be different for each one of us, but I think you're right. Just having confidence in the Lord, saying yes to the Lord every day, and knowing that God is God and God will bring about his plan. And he just asks that I open up my life and receive the Lord and work with him in the direction that the Lord is setting. That's a wonderful way to live. And it certainly is something, a way a person who has hope lives, trusting in the Lord each and every day. So Jenette, great to be with you today, and prayers for a blessed Advent and a most joyous Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you're doing. Thank you. And thank you to all of you, and God bless you, and watch for another episode of our conversations about hope in our lives at this time, Advent, Christmas, and hope in the new year. God bless you all. Thank you.